Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Weekly Money. Before I get into this week's content, whether you're already hauling loads, preparing to get started, or if you just discovered this hotshot trucking industry and you're still kicking tires, I've created a free 7-part video training for you, and in it I explain the behind the scenes of how this business works. You can download that for free on my website and start watching it right now. And for those of you wanting a full free month of DAT Loadboard access, or if you're interested in using the same factoring company, free fuel card, or ELD companies that me and most of my drivers use, I'll explain how to sign up step by step at the end of this episode. Speaking of this episode, let's get moving. Getting loaded. Let's put this bad boy on there. This one and its twin brother. This is an OD load. See my strobe light. I'll be adding the rest of my bag of goodies there onto this thing to be legit, to be DOT compliant when you're hauling a wide load. I'm plugging the living daylights out of my new course that I just put out. It's free. That's why I'm plugging the living daylights out of it. Not trying to get rich off of any of you. Just trying to help you out. Money is the name of the course. One of the chapters or one of the sections in that course is strictly about everything I'm doing right now. OD loads, permits, securement, what you need, yada, yada, yada. You should not be scared of these. You should look at these like money. That's how you should look at these. It's Friday. I took the whole week off this week. Haven't done anything. Well, not anything. I haven't trucked because I've had a lot of other things to do. YouTube stuff, course stuff. I got some other things I'm working on out of state. So my time was consumed with other things. But this came my way. This is paying $1,550. And if you're looking at this thinking, man, that is a sailboat, you're absolutely right. Because the wind is going to hit the flat front of this like nobody's business, and that's gonna consume a good amount of fuel. That's gonna consume a good amount of fuel with the wind going. All right, hitting that is gonna consume a lot of resistance. It's gonna produce a lot of resistance, which is gonna therefore consume a lot of horsepower, which is gonna require diesel to provide that power, which means my needle's gonna, But that's why you make your money when you negotiate these things. If you got the wrong rate, you already messed up, because you got to equate for 1, diesel, because it's oversized in this case anyway. It's not heavy, it's just tall. 2, permits. Let's get into both of those. As far as height goes, this is 10.5 feet in diameter. So it's 10.5 feet wide, 10.5 feet tall. So there you are. The trailer is 8.5. This is total 10.5. So you're talking 2 feet of extra width beyond the trailers. You're talking about a foot overhang here and a foot overhang here, as long as the drums are perfectly centered. And they are, as much as I could tell anyway. So look at what we're really talking about here. Are you scared of that? Like, we're not talking, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing as far as extra width goes. You're not going to be in other lanes, just stay straight. I tend to ride the slow lane so that I can favor the breakdown side of the highway, and therefore nobody in the middle lane gets scared or concerned. So anyway, that's the diameter, that's the fuel. Let's talk about permits. Permits are very, very important. The permits on this load cost me $395. Do the math. 400 in permits, 200 in fuel, $1,550 is the rate. Not a bad look, not a bad load. My trailer is 3 feet tall at the front when it's empty. Obviously it goes like that. I can adjust it, but I like it that way, because then when I put weight on it, it sinks down. And then when I'm level, like I am right now, my entire trailer is about 30 inches, about 2.5 feet tall. Add another 10.5, I'm at 13, right? 2.5 plus the half is 3, plus 10 is 13. Bridges, legal height of bridges is 13.6. Semis are 13.6, at least the trailers on them are, the vans, dry vans. So I'm good to go as far as bridges go, not concerned about the height. And that's pretty much that. As far as distance goes, how far am I taking this? I'm only going 3.5 hours drive. I'll throw the mileage on the screen here, but I'm doing a 3.5 hour drive, leisurely. It's about 10 a.m. right now. I'll be to where I'm going a little after lunch. By 1 o'clock, I'll have dropped this off. Even if I got to stop for the restroom and maybe to top off my tank, I'll drop this off by 1:30 at the super duper latest. Taking my 30-minute right now, so that's out of the way. while I'm loading. And that's it. By 2, I'll be done. I'll be unstrapped, empty, and looking either for a return coming back, but it's supposed to pour today. So do I want to go load something else after this while it's supposed to pour and get drenched just to load something else if I find something else? Or do I just want to pack it up and go home because I like to do $800 to $1,000 a day. I've exceeded that today. Granted, I haven't worked all week. It's behind the wheel, but I'm okay with, you know, the profits for today. So maybe I just don't look for something else and I just bring this on home afterwards. So, all right, I've dug into my bag of tricks. Everything's where it needs to be. One thing I did really quick was this tank had a cap there, and this tank had the same thing. Not that was open, there was no cap there, but there's a cap in there, just like in the front. And I'll show you what I did with those, just to be able to keep track of what's entrusted to me. The way I got it is the way I deliver them, and that's that. How are you? All right, man. So then that's it, ready to go. And those caps, gotta pack up my bag of tricks, but those caps are right here, and I'll clip those to my trusty clipboard along with the BOL that's on the floor right there. I'll put that in here, clip it on my clipboard right there, and clip this on it. Pretzels for the road, and I'm gone. All right, so I was getting 11.8 miles a gallon from home in Connecticut to Rhode Island. I picked up this load, which you can see right there. It's kind of big. Let's back up a little bit. Bam. You see it right there. Obviously, it's a sale. And now I'm getting 10.6 miles to the gallon. So I have an idea. I'm gonna reset this, and I want to see what the miles per gallon is, what the mileage I get is with this load for the next, I think I have 2.5 hours left. So I'm gonna reset this right now, and I'm gonna start it over, and at the end we'll see what the miles per gallon was. Now typically I get about 11 miles per gallon, 11.2, depending on how heavy or how tall the load is. This is extremely tall, so I really want to, it's worth doing this experiment so we can all see what something like this, something like that, does to your gallons, miles per gallons, and therefore your pocket. Hot pocket. Let's do it. Surprise, surprise. 11.8 miles per gallon average is gone. I'm averaging 9.3 miles per gallon. So anyway, I'm jumping out of the truck rather, and I'm going in to get some Twizzlers. But I just want to let you guys know, about an hour and a half from the drop. One thing about OD loads is you need flags, but every now and again you're gonna lose one. There was a flag right here. There was a flag with a zip tie. These flags are magicians. I have no idea how I lose these things, and it happens all the time. Matter of fact, let me check the front of the truck, because these things get lost all the time. Oh, what do you know? Look at this. Not only did I lose a flag, I've been dragging my wide load banner. So needless to say, my magnet that I hold this with is gone. Yeah, I got some, this is why you gotta stop every now and then and check your load. So I'm chatting with a guy that comes out of the rest stop, right? Trucker just like me. And I said, hey man, how's it going? He says, not good. And I said, man, that's tough for somebody to answer not good. You're used to people just saying good for the heck of it. So I said to him, man, that's tough. People usually say, oh, I'm good, thanks. You know, whatever, for the heck of it, just the niceties of it all. I said, man, not good. What's going on? And he said, I left my reading glasses in the truck. I went into McDonald's. I ordered 2 fish sandwiches. Mind you, I'm at a truck stop. He says, I ordered 2 fish sandwiches and a nice coffee, and it was $18. And I was like, what? Dude, $18 for 2 fish sandwiches and a large iced coffee at a truck stop at a McDonald's. Lesson of the day, pack your lunch, man. So this is an interesting one. They are lifting it, and then I'm gonna roll out from underneath. So I ended up at about 9.1 miles per gallon. I filled up, I didn't actually even fill up when I stopped. I got to about 3/4. So I spent another quarter tank between my last stop and here. So altogether, fuel-wise, I filled up this morning. I put $68, let's call it 70. And then I put another 40, and I'm not quite where I was when I got that 40. So I didn't really spend the whole 40, but let's call it $100 or 110 even. $1,550 minus $100, let's say, in fuel, because I got about 10 of what I put in there. That's obviously $1,450, and then I spent $400 in permits. So this load ended up being $1,050 back to me. It's Friday, it's 3:38 p.m. I'm going home. Normally I would try to find something, but it's late in the day already, so I'm not even gonna bother trying to rush somewhere. It's traffic, it's nice out, it's gonna be a nice weekend. I don't wanna deal with any of that. I'm just gonna go home. So that's that. So I got 9.1 miles per gallon with this tall load. It was basically I was at 13.6 height, 3 feet for my trailer and 10.5 for the load itself. With the trailer empty, I typically get about 11.8, 11.9 miles per gallon. When I have a load on there that's not this tall, just like a standard load, if there's such a thing as a standard load, I typically get about 10.5, let's call it 10 for a bad day. So I got about 1 mile per gallon. I traveled 1 mile less per gallon, or I got 1 mile less per gallon than I typically get with a regular load. So did this really kill fuel? Not really. I mean, I spent $100 to make $1,550. Go figure. Oh, one last thing. The reason why I even have been fuel conscious and made this video the way I did, this episode of Weekly Money the way I did, is because I saw a video on YouTube and the guy really compared in detail two semis. Obviously I'm not in a semi, but the concept is the same. Why one guy made a whole lot more money than the other. And it really boiled down to idling, which I don't do a lot of idling. You might if you're out where it's cold and your heat is on, the truck is on, or if you're out and it's hot and the AC is on all night. But basically those two trucks did a lot different money, or brought home a lot different money, those two drivers, because of idling and driving fast. So I've been conscious to that since I saw that video. And I've been driving like 60, 61, 62 miles an hour, where typically I'm a 69, 70, 71, 72 mile per hour guy, depending on what the speed limit is. So anyway, I drove really slow, not slow, but slower than I typically would. And I'm seeing the difference. So word to the wise. First and foremost, my website. Whether you're kicking tires and just want to know how the business works, or if you just want hardcore numbers on what your expenses would really be and how much money you can really make in this industry, there's a free course there for you. Or if you're at the stage where you're buying equipment or just trying to figure out what paperwork you need to start your new company properly, I got you covered. If you're anything like me and you need to know what to expect one step down the road before you even take that first step, I totally understand. And I've already put together an in-depth, super detailed course that's waiting for you there too. Go to my website, hotshottraining.com. There's several other free videos there for you as well. But listen, I'm not famous yet, so you can't just Google Hotshot Training and have me be the first thing in your search results. So go to your address bar, not the search bar. Go to the address bar and put in hotshottraining.com there, and it'll take you straight to the website. Once you're there, you'll still be able to sign up for 30 days of free DAT Loadboard access. It's a great way to see what loads are paying and what's moving around you, even before you buy a truck and a trailer. You can also sign up for the Keep Truckin' ELD services that I've used from day one, and you'll also get a $100 Visa gift card in the process, but only if you use the links on the site. But what I'm most excited about is that my Money, Money, Money course is available to you for free. As I like to say, free 99 instead of the $600 retail price on the website. I'll explain what's in the course and also walk you through the couple steps to sign up with Task Factoring for factoring services and get the $600 course for free. Now let's face it, you're gonna sign up with a factoring company anyway in order to turn your delivered loads into cash. So you might as well A, sign up with one that somebody like me is vouching for, and B, you might as well get a $600 bonus out of the deal that's gonna help you make money rather than bang your head against the wall for the next 3 months or 6 months, or even save you from going out of business. Anyway, hotshottraining.com, check it out. There's a ton of stuff there for you, and it looks really damn good too.